I'm Rob.
And I'm Nate.
And welcome back to Rob and Nate Record a Podcast. This is
Week 1 of 1.
For our 2023 horror movies.
Yes.
Just a combination of factors and changes in employment this year. We've had less recording availability, but we are sticking with tradition and we have to record a Halloween movie.
Yes.
So, tonight's movie, Nate, you want to introduce it?
We are watching Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers from 1989. This is, as the term Halloween 5 would indicate, this is the fifth Halloween film, fourth with Michael Myers. I re-listened to our episode on Halloween 4 last night, just as a point of reference, because it had been so long. And I guess I'll just spoil it and say this is so much better than Halloween 4.
But you were expecting it to be worse,
I was expecting it to be worse. It has a lower Rotten Tomatoes rating.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind this. I did not hate this.
No, I didn't
I
either.
hated Halloween 4, but this was like sufficiently interesting, and there was enough little deviations, like the way they played with the Final Girl convention.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had set up Tina, Wendy Kaplan. At first it looks like, well, she's kind of the loose woman, so she's going to get got. And then they kept not getting her, and the more virginal associates got. One in the act of becoming not virginal.
Yeah. Which I think was part of the point.
Yeah, which was part of the point, because they wanted, that's all you can do in a franchise like this, where, as people are going to get stabbed or impaled in various manners. He like farm implements in this one. He's just mixing up the order and trying to create tension and confusion about who's going to get got and in what order.
Yeah.
I'm also impressed our Bosch character survived the film. I thought he was going to get caught.
Yes, Troy Evans, who plays Deputy Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he can go on to a career in California.
Interesting tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Walker, who plays Spitz.
Aye.
The mute niece's friend. Do you want to know what his IMDb picture is?
Oh, what?
He's a clown.
Oh. Yeah. That's about right. Yep.
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance is back. There's really no need to talk about the plot other than Jamie, who had stabbed and I thought killed her mother at the end of the fourth film, did not actually kill her mother, or rather her step or foster mother. They wisely, her step-parents, were out of town for Halloween, and they were going to have her stepsister, Rachel, played by Ellie Cornell, join them, but she is detained, much to her detriment, as she is one of the multiple people killed in the film, and I want to go through the list, but what are your initial thoughts or observations about Halloween 5, if they warrant any?
Just that it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. It's not good, though.
No, it's not.
But I respect the fact that they explain how Michael Myers survived the previous movie.
Yeah.
That there's actual structure to this.
Though I do feel like an entire 10-15 minutes was cut off about, you could have had this whole plot line of Michael Myers with the fisherman guy, and what does the fisherman guy know, and why is he helping Michael, and does that cause Michael some internal question? No, he lets him take care of him for a year and then kills him on Halloween Eve.
Yeah.
Pretty unrepentantly. I think the man had maybe 2 lines of dialogue. And this is another Utah filming location heavy state. Should you want to do that now, or should we get the deaths?
Go ahead with the deaths.
Okay, get into the deaths. So, Halloween 5 deaths. Hermit, who I refer to as Fisherman Guy, he is stabbed in the back by Michael Myers. So that's 1. Number 2, Rachel Carruthers, stabbed in chest with scissors by Michael Myers. Then Mike, stabbed in the forehead with a garden claw by his namesake, Mr. Myers. Spitz, impaled through the back by a pitchfork by Michael Myers, number 4. Number 5, Samantha Thomas, chest sliced with a scythe by Michael Myers. Number 6, Deputy Nick Ross, stabbed repeatedly with a pitchfork by Michael Myers. Number 7, Deputy Tom Farah stabbed repeatedly with a pitchfork by Mr. Myers.
Whose best line in the movie is, I guess it's a good thing we're not very good cops.
When they were going to almost shoot the non-Mike Myers wearing the Mike Myers mask. Number 8, Portina stabbed in the chest by Michael Myers. Number 9, Deputy Eddie Gray head bashed 9 times against a car steering wheel by Michael Myers. Number 10, Deputy Charlie Blosh hung with a rope noose from the second floor window by Michael Myers. Number 11, Dr. Max Hart, cause of death unknown, but by Michael. Then a nurse, Patsy Weist, unknown death caused by Michael. Sheriff Ben Meeker, shot repeatedly with machine gun by Dr. Terrence Wynn. Deputy, did I blank out a part of this movie?
No, that little shootout thing, they shoot someone besides Michael Myers.
Oh, okay. Deputy Tony shot repeatedly with machine gun by Dr. Torrance, and 6 police officers shot repeatedly with machine gun by Dr. Torrance. I think that's a spoiler. I think that these were all intended to be believed to be Mike Myers, but turned out not to be in the sequel?
I don't know.
I don't know. I got confused by this Dr. Terrence Wynn thing. Maybe I don't know. I got confused. So that is 21 deaths. There was some originality in the deaths. They were okay.
Yeah.
This whole movie was okay. You know,
Yeah.
It was kind of like an okay horror movie, even an off-brand.
Well, I think the other thing that helped it perhaps in our esteem is this looked very familiar because of the filming locations. The Myers home in this one, I think, was the least recognizable. Though that filming location is 1007 First Avenue in Salt Lake.
Yeah, it doesn't look anything
1007.
like the one from
If
the
you're
first two.
If you're from Utah, it'd be the address would be given as 1007 First Avenue. The Cornish house is 515 East 3rd Avenue, which is next door to the most visible throughout the movie, the Carruthers house on 509 East 3rd Avenue. And even the 509 is visible on the house. We also have the Quick Food Mart on 89 D Street.
Is that a Smith's now?
No, that's still a little convenience store.
Yeah, but I thought it's like it's still a convenience store, but it's like a Smith's convenience store. No, it's not.
No, I can show you exactly where it is.
One in that general area.
Yeah. There is a Smith's further up in the avenues, but it's higher up.
Okay.
There is a bus stop there that is the Old Vincent Drug on Main Street in Midvale that has been featured in many a movie. The Haddonfield Children's Clinic was down in Orem on Canyon Hills Drive.
And then the
farm where Tina is killed is up in Layton, Utah. So those are the Utah filming locations. Nate, this had an estimated box office budget of $5 million. Do you know how this did?
I'm going to say it did probably about twice that.
Its opening weekend alone was $5 million.
Okay.
Its domestic gross, though, was only $11.6 million. And I don't see an accurate worldwide gross.
The film has a 4.9 on IMDb and a meager 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know that either one of us is, strongly going to disagree with that rating.
Trivia time?
Sure thing. Donald Pleasance was very vocal about his dissatisfaction with the story and with the way director Dominic Gerard was trying to get him to play Donald Loomis as totally heavy and overbearing. Pleasance also felt that the success and the shock ending of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, was not being capitalized on. I did notice the shift in Donald Pleasance in this one, and Dr. Loomis. Don't know that I appreciated it, but
so I would agree with Donald Pleasance on that. I would also say that one difference between this film and the other film is the other film had an ending. This film doesn't.
No.
Which is interesting because the implication, I think, is that they're going to do like another one the next 2 years, but it's 6 years before the sixth Halloween.
Which is surprising because it made money.
Yeah. So I think that they probably had a vague idea of what they were going to do next, and I would not be surprised if that's completely dropped or that they do away with what happened immediately after that and a couple lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait till next year.
Yeah. Despite the subtitle, The Revenge of Michael Myers, which appears on all movie covers and posters, it does not appear in the actual film. It only says Halloween 5 in the opening credits.
Maybe that was a late decision for the advertising.
Yeah. You're going to appreciate this one.
Okay.
The scene where Michael Myers drives a car while wearing a different kind of mask was initially scripted to have him wearing What face has the mask?
Oh, Jason.
Ronald Reagan.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'd like that.
However, the idea of a Reagan mask was soon rejected in order to keep the film devoid of any political subtext.
Mm-hmm.
Lowest grossing film in the entire series.
Oh.
According to Box Office Mojo, it only made $11.5 million against a $5.5 million budget. The poster depicts Jamie Lloyd in her clown costume from Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, despite the fact that she wears a princess costume for this film.
And then they had her mute at the beginning, and she doesn't remember stabbing her stepmom who survived. And there's this kind of psychic channeling thing happening between her uncle and herself that never really, it kind of goes away after a while. I guess they use it to locate him. It's useful, but I doubt we ever see that referenced again.
Yeah.
Because I doubt we see that character again.
Yeah. Footage was added to the beginning of the movie from that previously used near the end of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, to show that Michael Myers had actually fallen down a nearby mine shaft rather than being swallowed by the ground. Unable to find a small Victorian house like the Myers house in Halloween 1978, the filmmakers chose a bigger, more mansion-like house because they needed a house that could provide wide rooms, hallways, an attic, a basement, and a laundry chute. Shanks did all of his own stunts, that's who plays Michael Myers, including swimming in 30-degree water and crashing a car into a tree at 30 miles an hour and narrowly escaping the fire that ensued.
Wow.
The last film in the series to feature a pumpkin in the opening credits until Halloween in 2018.
Yeah. Those middle ones, that weird watermelon thing they did.
The old hermit from the opening scene was originally scripted as a younger man named Dr. Death, who had a fascination with the occult. His shack was supposed to be filled with ancient ruins and tablets, and he attempted to bring Michael Myers back to life after finding him. This scene was filmed and can be seen inside Halloween 5 from 2000.
Oh, it's like a director's cut.
I don't know. I think that's all that is worth sharing from here.
Mm.
Yeah, not an overly complicated movie. Not an overly complicated episode.
No.
Nate, how do you rate this movie?
Kind of what I anticipated. You know what? I was just... It is all but a definition of a 2. It's just fair. It's okay. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. It's not bad. It exists.
Yeah. And how do you rate it on the 10-star scale?
On the 10-star scale, I don't know, 4.
Yeah. I'm going to go kind of right down the middle. I'm going to give it a 2 and a 5.
Yeah, pretty close to neutral.
Yeah.
It's not acidic, it's not base.
What other thoughts do you have on this movie?
I don't know enough about the pH scale to do a pH scale joke more detailed than the one that I attempted.
Human tears tend to be between 7.4 and 7.6.
You knew that disturbingly quick.
Pool chemistry. So you aim to be in that range so that it doesn't bother people's eyes.
Oh, okay.
The pool water.
That's not... So that wasn't a secret serial killer slip. It was a pool guy slip.
Yeah.
Which are not mutually exclusive, so I remain dubious.
All right. I'm Rob.
I'm Nate.
And this is Rob and Nate Record a Podcast.
See, you got to know when to start, or you miss solid gold ALF references.
Yeah.
Referencing the ALF reference is probably funnier than the ALF reference itself.
No, it wasn't. That was a really good reference.
Shanks a lot.
Your delivery sometimes.
Yeah.
I dropped my case.
Cool guy serial killer movie.
Yeah.
There's got to be... Somebody needs to
There's got to be one out there.
Because he did all the pool chemicals and stuff.
That's how you get rid of the bodies.
Get rid of bodies.
The oxidizers.
See, you got access to scantily clad women around the pool. I mean, it writes itself. It's got all the genre conventions you need.
Yeah. So, how much of the ALF animated series have you been watching?
That's I watched the first season like a year or so ago, and then it disappeared, and then it came back on the freebie. Oh yeah. But I was a very devoted viewer when it was on. I was a big ALF fan. I've probably seen every episode of ALF. Seen the ALF TV movie.
Wow.
Seen, I think, every episode of Alf, the animated series, and its spin-off Alf Tales.
Why did I know
characters
this?
from the animated Alf show reenacted fairy tales.
Why did I not know this about you?
That I was a big Alf fan?
That big of an Alf fan?
Because you didn't know me in 1990.
I feel like this would have come up by in the year 2000.
Yeah. I don't know. I like
why did
alien
we never get
shows.
why didn't we never get that episode of Elder Dredge and Masterpiece
I know,
Theater?
yeah. And I've seen probably every episode of Mork and Mindy as well.